Hi, this is Attorney General Josh Kaul. As your Attorney General, my top priority is public safety, and over the course of the last year at the Wisconsin Department of Justice, we've worked to make our communities safer in a number of ways. We investigate and prosecute some of the most serious crimes in the state of Wisconsin. We've also worked to fight the opioid epidemic. That includes through investigating drug traffickers, but we've also worked to hold big pharmaceutical companies accountable for their role in the opioid epidemic. We've helped to secure over $400 million that's going to go to communities across the state to support efforts to fight that epidemic. We've also worked to reform our sexual assault kit laws. In December of last year, Governor Evers signed into law legislation that's going to help prevent Wisconsin from ever having another backlog of untested sexual assault kits. This year, we've worked to implement that legislation. We also launched a sexual assault kit tracking system that empowers survivors to go online and see where their kit is in the testing process. Our Office of School Safety works to keep schools in Wisconsin safer as well. This year, our Office of School Safety launched a critical incident response team in each of 12 regions across the state. Wisconsin is the first state that has regional teams available to respond to critical incidents at schools all over the state. We're working to protect access to safe and clean drinking water as well. We filed suit against PFAS marketers and manufacturers because I believe that in 2022 in Wisconsin, nobody should have to worry about the safety of the water that comes from their tap. And when we clean pollution out of our waterways, the polluters that made the mess need to be the ones who are paying to clean it up. We're also continuing to do work on the Clergy and Faith Leader Abuse Initiative. We encourage anybody who has any information about clergy and faith leader abuse to report to the Department of Justice. We're working to protect Wisconsinites' pocketbooks as well. Whether it's robocalls or scams, we are working to reduce those number of robocalls and to reduce the number of scams, and when scams do happen, to hold the scammers accountable. Now, we have a lot of important work ahead of us in 2023. We're going to be advocating for additional funding for public safety in Wisconsin. That includes through increasing shared revenue dollars that go from the state to local government and fund critical local services like local law enforcement. In my Safer Wisconsin plan that I introduced last year, I talked about funding other critical services like community policing, officer recruitment, retention and wellness, victim services, and violence prevention services. I've been advocating for some common sense gun safety measures like universal background checks, and will continue advocating for those measures. In addition, having long-term funding for our Office of School Safety will allow that office to continue doing the vital work that it's doing to keep students in Wisconsin safe. On those issues and many others, we have a lot of work ahead of us, and we look forward to continuing to work to protect the public and ensure that justice is done. Happy New Year, everybody.